time for all that. Just lay down the numbers, man.
What's up, y'all?
Yeah.
Mr.Wave Responsibly. I'm here with Crack TV.
I provide the wave, y'all just ride the wave. The stocks is high, now you talk about the stock escape. Shorty tryna shoot a shot, but I'm out of aim. I'm in the left lane, get out my way.
People tell you, feel me, let them know.
Alright, well, my name is Naeem Giles. Call me Mr.Wave Responsibly, Wave Kid, whatever you want to put it. I got a clothing brand, started from the bottom. It's a positive note on it. It's called Wave Responsibly. So, I mean, to keep it simple, short and simple, we all have different walks of life. We call those waves. Ride your wave responsibly.
Mm-hmm. Fire.
And basically what I'm doing is trying to flip the narrative. I'm trying to put art first rather than fashion first. So, it's art that you wear.
Yeah, that's what's up. So, what first got you into making the clothes and into the clothing line and inspired you to get into what you're doing right now?
Well, to be totally honest with you, I've always liked getting dressed. Like, I mean, whether it's wearing a suit, wearing a sweater, wearing gear that you wear on a regular day basis, but I've always liked getting dressed. So, like, when I remember being in high school and being a teenager, and no funny, but we cut school and we go to clothing stores and check out what Dior's doing or what Chanel's doing, and I just to go around these stores and I used to look at this stuff, and I knew from that point on that I wanted to make clothes because I seen imperfections that I think I could improve.
Mm-hmm. That's what's up. So, where you originate from? You're not from the 315 area, is you?
Nah,
right?
I'm saying I got love for the 315. They definitely put me on the map with a lot of things. I'm originally from the Bronx. I'm from Soundview, South Bronx. You know, give it up to all my people who's in the Bronx.
Definitely, you know what I mean? That's what's up.
Yeah. So that mean I come from where hip hop is born and all that. So it's a lot of Yankee fitters, construction Tims, and Air Force Ones going on.
Definitely.
As a matter of fact, I got a funny story. I remember Run DMC came out and they told my Adidas, so the style was the way your Adidas with no laces in your shells. So I remember being a little kid and my mother told me don't take your laces out the sneakers, and I did. I lost the sneaker.
So, what's you got anybody that like inspire you, like any type of like artist or like inspire you? Like,
I'm inspired by a lot of artists. I've always followed art. Growing up in the city, we had people like Keith Haring, which he was doing graffiti, and he took graffiti to another level. I had people, a group called the Taz Crew that were like really originating artists, graph artists. Jean-Michel Basquiat is one of my favorites. Andy Warhol. I just loved art. I mean, if it was different and there's something, the story behind it, I'm into it. And then hip hop is also art. So I came up between graffiti, loving fashion, starting to fall in love with fabrics and knowing the quality between what's good and what's not. And I mean, I couldn't say I'm inspired by all the art in the world and what's going on around me. I'm inspired by my environment.
Right, definitely, for sure. Yep, because I know I draw a little bit, but I ain't never really take it serious like that.
Man, it's like riding a bicycle. I mean, I've always been an artist first. You know what I mean?
Right,
so Wave Responsibly is more of an extension of who I am.
Right.
You know
definitely.
What I mean?
That's like part of the you do the music too, right?
Yeah, I do music too. I've been doing music for quite some time.
Right, definitely.
We definitely got on a couple tracks together and all that.
You know that. That's a fact. You know that. So, what's your creative process like?
It's funny. It's more of a vibe. I mean, I know that's cliche because everybody says everything's a vibe, but you got to create a vibe. I mean, like writing music. If you're a person that's really passionate about music, it's not so much about just writing to a beat. It's about letting the beat speak to you. Right. So, I mean, even a blank canvas from a blank canvas to a blank wall or a blank piece of paper, I always think about, the first thing I think about is, what do I want to say?
Right.
And that, I mean, that you can say that with art, whatever, photographs, photography, all of that. I mean, you still want to say something. So I think about what I want to say. Then from where I want to say, I start thinking about how do I want it to look.
Right.
Then I go into color coordinations, and then from there, it takes off. Some things come out as a beautiful piece of art and just need to be left alone and don't need to be put on clothing.
Definitely. You ever think like you will ever like try to like go into business with like any other type of brands or like creative artwork for like a Versace or Nike, like showing what you could do for them if they ever came to you like that?
I would definitely I'd be excited to do something like that. I mean, I want to spread the brand and I want to spread the positive word. So, I mean, with that being said, the only way to expand a positive word is to be dealing with people that can spread your word. So, I mean, I'm always interested in doing things like that. I've done local collaborations with a couple people. So, I mean, I've done paintings for businesses, stuff like that. I've done logos for a bunch of people. There's actually an artist that's out here that's locally. I did a drawing for his logo, and he tatted it on himself, and that was amazing. It was a blessing. Like I appreciated that. Like, you know what I mean? You like my artwork that much that you decided to get it tatted on you. Right.
So you ever figured out like what's your reason that you really want to get into fashion? Like you got like a real reason, like you want to get into fashion, like to feed your family, or you just do it because it's your passion?
Well, basically. I mean, we all do things for a beneficial reason, so I definitely want to be able to make money. And my father told me, if you do something you love, you never work a day in your life. So I love this fashion thing. I love creating. I love being an artist. So, I mean, if I can get paid for it, that's a plus. I don't think I would ever stop, though.
Right.
But, I don't know. I just, I do it for the love of it. Definitely. I do it because I think there's a void that I can fill for a lot of people that like to dress or don't like to dress. Or when they dress for a reason, is to speak to somebody or to make a statement. Whatever it is, I want to be accessible. That's why my clothing brand is not, what's the word I'm looking for? It doesn't exclude anybody.
Right. Yeah.
Everybody can wear it responsibly.
Yeah.
Wear it responsibly is just basically taking things in moderation. So, like, you know what I mean? I don't know what you do.
Right.
But whatever it is you do, you should do it responsibly.
Right.
I mean, that's just a worldwide message, and I think everybody should get it.
That's fire.
And then my art is the next thing. Like, I always put this on the back of my hat. I live, love, life, and art.
Yep, show them that. Show them close up that. You feel me? Yep. Way responsibly.
So yeah, I'm like, I've done anything from hats, socks, windbreakers, sweatsuits, masks for when the COVID issue hit. Right. Which was crazy for any business that was trying to start.
You got a website, right?
Website is under construction, but you can actually hit me up on Facebook and Instagram.
Okay, we're gonna put that down right in. We're gonna drop that right on there. What's right on the screen? Y'all gonna see that.
All right. Yeah, check me out. I'm on my Instagram as much as possible. Everything that's brand new gets posted. I also have a fans list on Facebook. So if you join my fans list, what happens is you get to see some of the exclusives. You get to see some of the test runs that I may do or may not do. But I mean, all depending on what the community asks me to do. Right. You might get you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You might say that you have played a part in selecting the Next Wave Responsibly release.
Definitely. So I got a question. what you think you would be doing if you wasn't doing art and clothing and stuff like that?
Well, I'll be totally honest. I didn't make all of the right decisions in my life.
Definitely.
So like, this comes from being a hustler, and I say that to everybody. Like,
right.
Being a hustler doesn't mean you have to sell drugs.
Right. Facts.
Being a hustler means that you see an opportunity, or you can fill a void, or you can give somebody a service.
Right.
It doesn't mean drugs. So at one point in time, I thought that was the way, and that's where I was gonna win. I got tired of what normally happens. It's either one or two reasons, and I'm standing here, so you know the other reason that happened to me. But it was just a positive. I said, if I'm gonna make a positive move in my life, I'm gonna do something that also motivates other people to be positive.
Right.
So like, I mean, I could be either dead or in jail, honestly.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I mean,
blessing.
If you know, you know. I'm from Soundview, so
right.
like, it could have happened at an early age.
Right. Definitely. Real shit. So, what you consider the most important facts of the fashion industry?
Individuality. I think I put that for number 1 and number 2, right?
Right.
Number 3, I would say pay attention to what's going on around you.
Mm-hmm.
If fashion is your world and that's what's going on around you, then you need to pay attention to that fashion. You need to see what Dior is doing.
Right.
You need to see what the urban label are doing. You need to see what is it? With the crosses of the bones, Chrome Hearts. You gotta watch what they're doing. You gotta see because fashion is fast.
Right.
And now we in the day and time where like fashion moves even faster than it's ever moved before. Because one thing could be in. You see they dismissed all black Air Force Ones.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
You know,
you don't want to get caught with those. You don't want to get
caught with those.
And them used to be those Johns back in the day.
Exactly, if you from an era where that you were all black and you was going to something,
right.
you ain't got a pair of black ones. But
that's a fact.
I mean, I'll be totally honest. Like, I try to stay fashion forward as much as possible. Right.
Right.
Within my ranks, like, you know what I mean. I've bought designer before. I still buy a designer to this day, but I stay within my ranks. But like, you know, it's just crazy that, you know, people chase designer rather than chasing what's you, because fashion is all about what's you, how you feel in the day and how you feel about yourself.
Right, that's a fact.
So I think like people should start, you know, because designer is nothing but a name.
Yeah, that's it.
And they put a price tag on it because they want you to buy it at their price. All it is just somebody telling you what their worth is. See, with Wave Responsibly, I don't have extremely expensive prices. I literally do my business so that everybody can obtain it.
Right. So what you think the future trends gonna be in fashion? Like what you think the future motherfuckers gonna be rocking?
I mean,
a year or two from now.
Who knows?
Because
like,
you know it's always some something new coming out every day.
We got Kanye West, and he's like, I mean, we say what we want to say about him, but he's innovative. You know what I mean? And he's taking sneakers, clothing, everything. He just changed Gap's whole how they do business. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you got people like that. There's big thinkers. Because you got to remember now, like, the whole generation that were little kids and that were growing up and watching the TV and watching the music videos. And then you got to think about the parents. The parents grew up listening to what they listened to. Hip-hop is influenced all the way through that now. Like, it's not even a question about it. Like, before it was like hip-hop was frowned upon. We all know that. But now it's like it's influenced through everything. So people, and there's so much that it's meshed into rock and roll and country music, and it's taking over.
Right.
It's the #1 selling music ever, like right now.
Right, that's a 50.
So like,
I agree.
If you, it all comes from like, if you know, like it came from the drug dealers originally.
Right.
The rappers wanted to look like we go back.
Right.
It first came from they were wearing suits.
Right.
From wearing
right.
wearing leather and like
then it was baggy clothes.
Yeah, but like before even the baggy clothes, like they had beads and necklaces and leather jackets and but that was all costume because that's what they thought like what you had to do. Liberace and people used to be dripped in diamonds. They wore costumes. Elvis wore costumes. Right. So all it was emulating what performance is. But then Run DMC really is the who changed it because they dressed like the people on the streets who everybody idolized, the neighborhood drug dealers.
Right.
I got a song called Neighborhood Drug Dealers too.
Right.
But they idolized the neighborhood drug dealers. The neighborhood drug dealers were the most fashionable, flashy people in the world.
Right.
Well, not in your world. Let's say that. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So once we started dressing them like them, we started emulating what our neighborhoods, what our inner cities look like.
Right. That's a fact.
It's different now. Like so, like I wanna bring that back, and I don't want to be labeled as an urban clothing line because that's why I always tell people that it's for everybody.
Right.
You know
definitely.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Because urban is just putting a quotation on it. It's just saying that it's just for us.
Box.
I'm not just for us. I'm for everybody.
Yeah.
And that was the biggest thing because, like, let's go back to one of the questions you asked me about who influenced me. Like, I remember being Echo Clothing Line, Walker Wear, Mecca, and Nietzsche.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Academic.
Yeah.
These were things
I remember with Fat Albert at one point.
FUBU.
Right, yeah.
FUBU changed the game for a lot of things. So I was like, yo, one of the greatest things about it is being a person, because if I just reach 1,000 people, you know what I mean, I'm okay. Those 1,000 people are gonna love what I do. Right. It's about starting somewhere because before you go worldwide, you gotta reach your core fan base. You know what I mean? Take care of your core fan base. Your core fan base will pass the word along if it's great.
Right.
So I concentrate on who the people that buy my stuff and what they like, and then I'm always trying something new. Like I told you, I'm an artist, so it's never a dull moment. Like you know what I mean? I try to surprise people with every release.
Definitely, that's dope. So you want to talk about your music, like what you got going on with that? You got any projects, anything coming out?
I got a couple things going on. I'm actually building a cannabis company with a friend of mine's.
That's what's up.
It's gonna be called Real Smoke. No, yeah, Real Smoke. That's coming out soon in the near future. I got a mixtape I've been sitting on for a minute. It's called Cul-de-sac, which is a French word for bottom of the bag. But
we gonna make sure we put all your music and stuff.
Yeah,
in the description.
we're gonna hopefully I can get you to do my video. You know what I'm saying? We could do that. But yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna bring the merch out first though. Because that's my standpoint right now. So we're gonna bring the merch out. You'll be seeing this soon. My Facebook page. I'll give you that. But yeah, I got a lot of music. Got shout outs to Benny. Shout outs to King Benny, man. We did some great work together. Shout outs to you, man. Me and you worked together. We did a couple of tracks together. Shout outs to Chemical Kane. Shout outs to Merc. Me and Merc made some like great music together, and like I'm still waiting. We got some more stuff to do. Shout outs to Cash, my little brother, man. He'll be home in about next year. We was working on something. Right. So like, I got a whole lot of music. You know what I mean? I just want to start like creating a community. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't want it to just be the music. We're gonna give you content. We're gonna give you fashion. We're gonna give you everything that we got.
Right, definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. So speaking of fashion, how would you define fashion?
All right. I did say individuality, personality,
mm-hmm.
and definitely throw cleanliness in there.
Definitely. Yep, three good ones. That was 3 good ones.
And
for sure.
Not being scared of change. There go my 4 right there.
Yeah. That's
Cause people don't be like, I know a lot of people that never put a suit on.
Right.
Why not? You know
real.
what I mean?
Yeah, that Jay-Z shit. Look at him. Shit.
There's nothing wrong with putting a suit and a tie on sometimes.
Right. For real.
This is coming from Wave Resposible. I wear nothing but sweatsuits and hats and sneakers, but I definitely will put a suit on.
The hat. For sure.
Yeah.
So where you see yourself in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years, I see Wave Responsibly being the umbrella and putting out a couple more brands. I want to do an upscale brand. I want to do a athletic wear. And just keep moving forward. I mean,
definitely.
Even getting the channel, you know?
Right, for sure.
So you can we can really start showing people the process that people, cause I'm not one of those people that started a clothing line and you ask me, yo, I want to start my own clothing line. What do I got to do? I'm going to give you some information. I'm going to give you all the information to either skip what I went through or, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Because that's the problem. Nobody wants to give nobody information.
That's a fact.
And then if you watch other communities,
they
pull all their resources in and give it to each other and share it amongst each other.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's not a race thing. It's just a unity thing.
Yeah. Facts. I agree with you 100%. So shit, you got anybody you want to shout out or anything like that?
I think I gave all the shout outs and all that. Shout outs to the family. Shout outs to my son. He's 16.
Definitely, for sure.
That's my biggest inspiration of anything.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? Because I want to have something to leave him. Shout outs to the haters that said that I couldn't do it.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
Shout out to them.
I love y'all because y'all my motivation, man. But definitely shout out to y'all.
Real shit.
And man, shout outs to the suitcase that I used to be dragging through the blocks with the gear that I was making by my hand and bleaching and dyeing and pressing. Shout outs to that because that's where I came from. I had no car. I had a suitcase.
Definitely, and
so
shit. They stay focused. They could go somewhere in life.
Yeah, man.
Shit, you know what I'm saying?
All it takes is just taking that first step. Cause everybody got a great idea, but how many of y'all gonna take that first step to put your idea in motion?
Right, that's a fact. We talk about it all day, but like you said, who gonna really make that move?
Mm-hmm. But I've been there, so don't think that I Wave Responsibly just came from out the blue. Nah, I really put that footwork, grind, whatever you want to call it, I put it in.
Definitely. You already.
Shout outs to the 4s though. Definitely.
Definitely. You already. Shit, you already know what it is, man. Crack TV worldwide, man. Wave Responsibly, man.
Crack TV,
y'all
man.
Make sure y'all
definitely gonna get
out,
addicted.
Man. Definitely. All platforms soon. Make sure y'all go get the clothing line, all that. You feel me?
You already. Check me out.
One.
No matter how much love I show, it's not reciprocated. And lately I've been feeling like I'm unappreciated. I see the envy in his eyes, I can already tell he hate it. They don't want to see me live my life, just imagine if I made it. How they hate it so amazing, now I flex every occasion. Remember I was down and now I'm up, I can wait to see their faces.